This story is about a place in Louisiana, America, where a flood, that is, a dangerous flood, comes. In these circumstances, some prisoners were taken to a safe place, but this flood also brought with it a very big danger, which wreaks havoc on the people of the whole city. Now, what was that danger, and how will a person save his life from it? We will know in this story. So it starts with showing the place of Louisiana, where the news was being told that the weather is not good and a very big flood is going to come here. So all the people were immediately given the order to evacuate the city. Now, in such a situation at night, we see a couple who were stuck in a dangerous storm. The wind was very strong. A stormy rain was coming. This couple quickly came to a place to save their lives. Coming inside, the man tries a lot to close the door, but the force of the wind was so strong that the door broke and separated. Then these two started thinking what to do, and as soon as the woman's attention was here and there, a man who was standing near the door, a very big alligator, that is, a crocodile, attacks him and picks him up in a second, and takes him with him and eats him as soon as the skin sticks. After killing that man, the crocodile came back again, because now he was going to kill that woman and was moving towards her. Now the woman was very scared to see this big danger in front of her. She was suffocated. She tried to escape, but the next moment the crocodile attacked her and finished her job and ate her raw. Then we came to know that it was not just one crocodile, but there were many more like this, which came here from the sea due to the flood and are roaming all over the city, so that we could understand that this was the danger. The next day we were shown a jail bus in which the prisoners were being taken, because the jail in which they were kept was now filled with water due to the flood, so they were now being taken to a safe place. There were 2 police officers and 5 prisoners in the bus. Now the rain was so heavy that it seemed impossible for them to reach their destination, so an officer says that we have to stop somewhere to spend the night. A police station comes in our way, so we will stop there. Now the 5 prisoners they had, everyone had killed them, due to which they were sentenced to life imprisonment. They were sitting quietly here, because they were seeing a hope. They were thinking that we will take advantage of the flood and run away from here. Now we were shown the police station that was going to come in their way, where they were going to stay overnight. The sheriff here was a senior police officer, with whom 2 deputies were on duty. The sheriff's dad, who was also a sheriff, died. After that, he took over his dad's place and became the sheriff here, who is very serious about his work. Now they were in this area. There was a risk of a flood here too, but they were unaware of this. The sheriff comes to talk to her deputy, because water was coming into the police station, so there was a risk of filling the basement. The door was open there, although he had also sent another deputy to close the basement door. Anyway, now this deputy tells the sheriff that some guests are going to come here in a while. 5 prisoners are being brought in a bus, whose permission I have given. Hearing this, the sheriff was very worried, because there were not many police officers here, so it could have been a little difficult to handle the 5 prisoners and keep them. Now the sheriff sends the other deputy back to the basement to get something. Meanwhile, we can see that those big dangerous crocodiles have entered this police station through the roof. So now when that deputy goes down, he sees that the basement is full of water, where a crocodile attacks him from below the water and pulls him in a snap and takes him in the water, eats him, and only his bloody blood is seen in the water. But the sheriff and deputy above were unaware of all this. Now we see some people who were a group of goons, and they wanted to get their prisoner released, which was in the same bus that we saw, and that bus is going to the police station. They also had a head. Here they had a full plan to save their companion, but when they were waiting for the bus on the way, the bus did not turn, but went straight, which disappointed them, because they hoped that as soon as the bus turned, we would attack it and save our companion. They think that they have changed their plan, so everyone is worried. But their head says that if they have changed their plan, then we will also make a new plan. We will go after them till the end. By evening, the bus reached the police station, took the gun, the sheriff and his deputy came out, and took all the prisoners inside, where everyone's records were checked. Now the sheriff had a woman, so 4 prisoners started misbehaving with her, but she was also a sheriff, not a little girl, so she knew well how to handle such people. She talks to everyone repeatedly and answers them. Now among these 5 prisoners, for were very rude, but one was quiet. His name is Code. He does not say anything here. He stands comfortably, which the sheriff had noticed. Here the sheriff tells them that I tell you all clearly that the situation is very bad because of this flood, so live comfortably and pray that tonight goes well. But yes, if you try to be smart, then I also clearly say that I will kill you, after which all of them are locked in their cells. Now the group of outsiders had reached here while following this bus. They think that there will not be much security inside, so we will go inside and get our companion released on gunfight. Now when the sheriff and deputy return to their office, the group starts shooting bullets at the station from outside. These 2 quickly became alert, immediately went to the wrong place, and started shooting bullets in response. But in the meantime, the goons and their head got angry inside. They had guns in front of them. Here the head asks how many people are here. Now the sheriff and deputy where they were hiding in one place. From there the sheriff said that we are the only people here, one me and one my deputy companion. She speaks the truth here, no one is cunning, because she did not want anyone to die. The goon's head says that we have come here just to take our companion. We promise that we will not kill anyone if you let us do our job. On which the sheriff agrees, because she wanted peace. But those two police officers who had brought these prisoners here, who were now watching outside their cells, they also heard the sound of bullets, so one of them came up with a gun to check. He sees that the sheriff is hiding in one place, because the police station has been attacked. The sheriff tells him not to do anything, that is, do not shoot, but he took the gun and came in front of the people. As soon as he saw him, everyone started shooting at him blindly, because of which he fell quite far and died there. Seeing this, the sheriff also quickly took his gun and shot at him. One of his men was shot and he fell there injured, but in a little while, the sheriff and the deputy surrendered, that is, they put their weapons and handed themselves over to them. The goon's head asks where the prisoners are. Then the sheriff takes them to where the cells were. Here a police officer was standing with a gun, which taunts him. Then the sheriff tells him to put the gun down. The goon's head also threatens him that put the gun down, because if you shoot, it will not be good. Then here he listens to the sheriff and puts the gun down and stands up with his hand raised. Here the head of the goons had come to release only one man, who was his companion, and he was no one else but the court. He was quietly called Shantwala. His cell was being opened. Then the rest of the prisoners tell the goon's head to get us out of here. Make us your companions, we will help you. On which the head clearly says that I have come to get rid of him because he is my companion. Now the head of the court was taken out of the cell where the two met each other. But the rain was very heavy, so for now he could not get out of here, so he decides to wait. Now his companion, who was injured by the bullet of the sheriff, was sitting on the floor below, whose blood was flowing very fast. Smelling his blood, the crocodile came here and came straight and attacked him. He swallowed it all at once, and so did his face. It was a little late, and now the goon's head was about to leave here with the court. But before going, he tells the sheriff that we have to spoil all the cameras here and delete all the recordings that have been recorded from the beginning, so that everything is clear and there is no evidence against us. The sheriff assures him that you do not need to worry. The cameras have already gone bad because of the flood, but because the head did not believe him, he sends his companion with the sheriff to turn off the cameras. When the head's companion was taking the sheriff, the two of them had a conversation. She tells the sheriff that I could have been an officer, but something else was written in my fate. When she was coming down, she saw that the basement was also filled with water, which made the head's companion believe that the cameras must have gone bad and the recordings did not happen. Before she left, the sheriff saw a flashlight that was lying in the water. When she went to pick it up in the water, she found out that it was actually the cut hand of her deputy companion, who had that flashlight in his hand. Seeing this, the sheriff was very nervous. She immediately let go of her hand. She was worried that how did this happen? The head's companion was also scared. She was thinking that the crocodile comes down the stairs and comes there. Seeing this, the two of them lost their minds. The head's companion points the gun at him, but due to fear, she could not shoot at the right time. The crocodile suddenly comes and attacks him. He cut him, pulled him into the water, and died like this. Seeing this, the sheriff was very scared. To save his life, he started going from there, but he was close to him. On top of that, the water level was also increasing. Because of this, the crocodile came closer to the sheriff. Then the sheriff pushed him out of the door and closed the door. Now when the goon's head came to the lower floor to see his injured companion, he was not there, because we know that the crocodile also killed him. His cut head was just floating in the water. The rest of the body was missing. On the way, he met the sheriff, who was very nervous. She was shivering badly. The head asked him, "Where is my companion who went with you?" On this, the sheriff replies that she is no longer poor. The head then asks if the crocodile killed him. Hearing this, the sheriff was surprised. She asks, "Yes, but how do you know this?" On which the head points down and says, "Look down, this is the crocodile." Seeing him, I realized, and now he is also coming up. Seeing this, the two quickly saved their lives and ran away. He came to the cell area, but then the crocodile grabbed the head of the goon's leg from behind. He fell down. Then Courtney quickly came and held his hand so that the crocodile would not pull him away. But he could not save the head, because the crocodile pulls him away in a jiffy, and Courtney was very saddened by his death, but quickly closes the door. Now this prisoner, who was very nervous because of all these circumstances, and he did not care whether Courtney would survive or not, he points a gun at the sheriff and decides that I will release all the prisoners. After which he will kill the sheriff and we will run away from here. He started pressing the button, although Courtney also refuses him, but he does not listen. And as soon as the button was pressed, all the prisoners were released. Two prisoners started killing the sheriff. He grabs one neck and then kills the other with his fists. But the sheriff, who was very brave, attacks one with his leg and one with his fists. And so he saved himself from both both of them. Seeing this, Courtney got angry. He explains to them that you have gone mad. We should not fight each other, but we should somehow keep ourselves alive. More dangerous things have entered here than us, which want to hunt us. Courtney had a gun in his hand. He also gets 2 police officers released, whom the prisoners had locked up. Here everyone does things wisely, and we were talking about how to save ourselves from these big crocodiles. A prisoner tells that you all have no idea how big a problem we are stuck in. Not only is there a danger of crocodiles, but the water level is also increasing. When the water here is full, we will die. One because of the water, the other because of the crocodiles, who have stopped the door from coming here. But because of the fast flow of water, they can come here. So we have to get out of here. After that, they tie their clothes there one by one and start going up from here. At the very end, a prisoner was left because he was having a hard time climbing. He cries and asks for help from his companion, because the crocodile had come here with the water level. But his companion was so selfish that no one helped him, and that poor guy falls into the water. Now the crocodile was waiting for this, so he immediately comes there and attacks him, and bites him and eats him. Everyone had seen his painful death with their own eyes. A crocodile opened his mouth and came up, but Sharif fired a bullet at him and sent him back. Now when he came up, the roads were closed, so here they have to pass through the ventilation. But still he passed through there and came up, where the danger was a little less, because there was no water here. They just had to wait here, but the prisoners were thinking of running away from here, because they knew that when all this would be fine, they would be put back in jail. That's why 2 prisoners make plans with each other. She talks to Sharif Kaur. She said that I didn't feel like the other prisoners. I don't believe that you must have killed someone. Then Kaur says that I was actually in Afghanistan, but because of fighting with my senior, I was fired from my job. After that I started working as a driver, in which some people offered me that we will rob a bank. We need a little help from you. You don't have to do much. Just drive a car for us. I agreed to them, but I kept the condition that you will not kill anyone. They also agreed. They promised me this. But when we were leaving after robbing, a police officer stopped us. Then they forced me, threatened to fire a bullet at the police. I put the car on him. After that we were caught. Hearing this, Sharif was convinced that Kaur was not really the real criminal. In fact, the crime was done on purpose, and he had to do it out of helplessness. 2 prisoners were kept in a separate room, where the police officers were still keeping an eye on them, but one prisoner's eyes were on the gun. He was thinking that somehow I should pick up the gun and shoot these 2 officers and run away from here. Now a crocodile attacked a prisoner, due to which he falls down injured. Seeing the crocodile, Sharif and Kaur start shooting at him. This distracted the attention of both the officers from the prisoner. Taking this as an opportunity, he quickly comes there and picks up the gun. First of all, he shoots and kills both the officers. But when a prisoner was stopping him, he also started fighting with him. Now the crocodile who was injured, the crocodile kills him completely and eats him. Now because of the fear, the roof fell down, due to which a rod entered the prisoner, and that's where he dies. Sharif and Kaur fired a lot of bullets at him, but he was so big and dangerous that not a single bullet could harm him. Now Kaur came to the prisoner, who had a rod in him. Then Kaur takes the rod out of his body and keeps it with him. To save Sharif and Kaur, a prisoner tries to distract the attention of the crocodile. He comes in front of him, but he was so big and clever that he quickly attacks him and kills the prisoner. After killing him, the crocodile attacks the other 2 as well, and pulls him away with him. And now yes, only 2 people were left, Sharif and Kaur. But surprisingly, the head of the goons came here. Yes, he was not dead, he was still alive, because when the crocodile took him with him, he somehow escaped. And now he came here with a gun to help them. Seeing him, Kaur is happy that thank God, my partner is alive. But the head of the goons tells him that I can only take you with me, not even this Sharif, because I only have 2 speedboats, so she can't go. Hearing this, Kaur also refuses to go, because he could not leave Sharif here to die. About this, both of them had a fight, because of which their hands start to break. Here both of them were fighting. So on the other side, Sharif and the crocodile.